Yo! The brand new Borderlands movie came out, and this is not a movie review for that, luckily. I will not be watching that until it comes out and automatically goes to the $5 bin, at which point I might get it and watch it, and then I might make a movie review. Who knows, honestly, probably not. But this movie coming out and everyone hating it, and me, I made a video, like, a month or two before it even came out, talking about how garbage the trailer looked, and how the casting was awful, and basically everything everyone else was saying. And, well, I mean, in my own beautiful way of saying it, but this movie coming out and getting like a 0 on IBM, or, no, that's irritable, no, IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. IDM? What's IBM? It's some movie thing that always gives everything at least 5 out of 10, but it gave it a 0, so I mean, that's impressive. Yeah, that's really impressive, especially if it actually gives everything 5 out of 10, that's insane, actually. But yeah, this movie came out and it made me start thinking, was Borderlands ever good? So that's what this video is about. I'm gonna tell you my experiences with the Borderlands games, how I think about all of them, and how it eventually just all went downhill way too fast, to be honest, because it's honestly a really good look at how not to make your video games and how to just really go against what everything good your past games had, and then just flush it all down the toilet really fast. But yeah, let's start with the game that started it all, Borderlands. Yeah, this is a really good game. All the Vault Hunters are really fun to play. The aesthetic, the art style, everything about it is absolutely perfect. It's a really good looter shooter, to be honest. It's just really good. The story isn't anything to really write home about, to be honest, unless you actually go deep into the lore, which I have with a few YouTube videos, not ones that I've made, but ones that I've watched. And just stuff like that. But yeah, this is a really, really good looter shooter with some really amazing art style and some characters that are really cool. We got Roland, Lilith, Mordecai, and Brick. Forgot his name for a second. And I'm pretty sure that's all of them that are in it. I'm pretty sure every game has 4 Vault Hunters, actually. Yeah. Except for the DLC stuff. Don't know if there are any DLC characters for this game. Never really checked it out. I played through the main campaign and then just kind of didn't play it anymore. Didn't really have any reason to. I was to where I just liked playing the campaigns of games and just never really checked out any of the other stuff. I was pretty young whenever I played this game for the first time. But yeah, this is a really good game and absolutely deserved a sequel. I definitely see why they made a sequel to it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the first sequel for this series, which is Borderlands 2. This game took every single thing from the original one and made it at least 2 or 3 times better. The art style is even better somehow in this one. The new terrains that we go to are absolutely amazing. Absolutely love all of it. I love playing as Krieg. I guess I can go ahead and talk about the Vault Hunters. We have Zero, the Gunzerker, can't remember his name, Axton, and the purple-haired Siren. Does her name start with an M? I cannot remember. We also have the Technomancer, can't remember her name, and Krieg, which is the one I always played. I don't really know what it is about Krieg, but I really, really, really like playing him. He's just really fun, and melee is awesome, and the fire element and everything is amazing. The way they changed the stats and the level up system is amazing. Everything about this game is perfect. Honestly, the story is a huge upgrade from the first one. We now have Handsome Jack in his sexy form, and this is actually the best one out of Borderlands. I think they really, really blew their whole load on this game, and that's not a bad thing, but it isn't a particularly good thing, especially since we're going to be looking at, how the game started going downhill really fast, which is actually surprisingly not the next game up, in my opinion. I've never heard a lot of people talk about the next game, but honestly, I've never heard anyone say anything bad about it either, and I actually really, really love it. But yeah, I've talked about Borderlands 2 enough. I'll probably have a full review of Borderlands 2 at least at some point, and I might do one for all of the Borderlands games. But Borderlands 2 I mean, suffice to say, this is one of my favorite first-person shooter games. Amazing looter shooter, some awesome art style, like always. My favorite Vault Hunters out of all the games. But yeah, on to the next game, which actually, in the timeline of the games, comes right before Borderlands 2, which is Borderlands 2, the pre-sequel. This game brings us a lot of amazing Vault Hunters. Can't remember any of their names except Claptrap, honestly, but I can remember what most of them do. There's a gunslinger, and there's a shield person. She's like I think she's called the Crusader or something. She's actually really fun to play as. If you haven't played this game, you should probably start with her. She's really fun. I also played Claptrap quite a lot, just because I actually thought Claptrap was really fun whenever I was younger. Kind of, even now, Borderlands 3 is the epitome of overusing your joke characters, but we'll get to it in 1 second, actually. Borderlands, the pre-sequel, like I said, comes right before Borderlands 2. They ended Borderlands 2, and they were like, oh crap, everyone loves Handsome Jack, everyone is saying that he's one of the greatest villains in video game history, which he is, and then they were like, well, what do we do then? And then someone had the great idea of, why don't we show how he became evil? That's basically what this is, honestly, because like, most people play this, and what they get out of it is, Handsome Jack was awesome. Yeah, that's basically it. I can't really remember all of the story, but basically, Lilith is the one who makes Handsome Jack evil. Like, he was definitely insane before, but he wasn't full-blown evil. He was trying to do good, but then he just became evil. Yeah. Yeah, Lilith caused all of Borderlands 2, apparently. This is definitely the start of where I hear a lot of people say they hate Lilith. I personally don't really hate Lilith. I don't really have any opinions on Lilith, honestly. Never liked playing her in the first game, never really cared about her in the second game. The only one that I really cared about in the second game is Roland, and that's honestly just because I think he's cool, and the Dungeons & Dragons DLC in the Borderlands 2 definitely made me love Roland even more. I actually cried whenever Tiny Tina was having her whole freak out about that. That was so sad. That was actually heartbreaking, but yeah, I'd say that was the last bit of really, really perfect writing that game had. Or this game series had. Everything else beyond that, they have a really hard time doing like actual serious moments after that, and even that is like, there's like jokes after it and in between it and everything. But yeah, I don't know. This is a really good game. If you haven't played it, definitely play it. I can't remember much of the story, but that's not really a slight on the game. That's just, I haven't played it in a while. I always go back to Borderlands 2 because, like I said, they blew their entire load on that one. That is one of the best first-person shooter games ever. Just the story, the characters, everything about it is really good. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the pre-sequel. The next game we're going to be talking about is something that I have not personally played, but I'm fairly certain that's the next game in the whole timeline of how these games actually came out. So yeah, let's just talk about it for 1 second, and the next game is Tales from the Borderlands. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this. I haven't played it. I know this is where Scooter dies, which really sucks. I really loved Scooter in Borderlands 2. All the characters in Borderlands 2 are freaking amazing, though, which really sucks because I've never played this. I don't really care about it enough to play it, and apparently Scooter dies really heroically and really good. But I've seen that scene, and that's honestly all I care about in this game. My fiance has played it, and I asked her right before I started making this video what her thoughts on it, and she says that she really likes it. I honestly didn't know if she was like a huge fan of it or not, but she said she really likes it, and she said that what Borderlands 3 did with Vaughn makes complete sense. What I've seen with Vaughn and everything, it seems like he was more of a... Even she said that he was just a boring office worker, that office drone whenever they found him. And then I guess he just becomes a gangster, or not really a gangster. He's trying to start his own gang. I'll talk about all that whenever I get to Borderlands 3. But yeah, I haven't played this one, so I can't say that this starts the, downward spiral. But this is apparently a really good game. My fiance says it is, and I trust their opinions on video games. We like basically all the same video games. And a lot of other people say that this is a really good game. Some people say this is their favorite game in the Borderlands series, which is I don't know. That's surprising because it's a Telltale game instead of an actual first-person shooter. I don't know. I don't know how the gameplay is, so maybe they made it an actual first-person shooter. I don't really know. But yeah, I've talked about this game that I've never played for more than long enough. So let's go on to the next game, which is Borderlands 3. The writing is way off from Borderlands 2 and even the pre-sequel in this. It's barely funny in some points. The villain of Tyrese and Troy, Tyrese and Troy, is just Tyrene and Troy? Yeah, Tyrene and Troy, I think. I can't even remember their names. Oof. Is just lackluster compared to Handsome Jack, to be honest. But, I mean, who can be as good as Handsome Jack? But yeah, they're just streamers, is basically it. That's the whole thing with them. I mean, I like Flack, and I like Zach, the one with the... he's basically Mirage from Apex Legends, another game that I haven't played in a long time. Yeah, this is just... this is a downgrade compared to all of the other games in writing. The gameplay is good. I personally still think that Borderlands 2 has better gameplay. This is basically the same, except they made it to where legendary guns just drop non-stop. That's one complaint that I hear a lot of people make. And they changed it to where you can slide. Borderlands 2, you couldn't. I don't know. At least someone got paid to wax the floor, I guess. So, I mean, you know, that's good. Making jobs for the floor waxers, I guess. Yeah, this is just a downgrade compared to Borderlands 1, 2, and pre-sequel, honestly. The graphics are good. Everything's good about this game. It's just writing-wise, it's just not funny. In spots that they want it to be funny, it's not serious enough to actually capture my attention. It's just not enough, to be honest. I don't really know. The DLCs are pretty good, though. They have one with Borderlands 2. He has you hunt down the woolly mammoths. My fiance just had to remind me what his name is. It's Hammerlock, the dude with the beautiful, sexy mustache. He is Poppy. But yeah, that's honestly the only good DLC is with him and Jacob's getting married. What's it called?
Love, Guns, and Tentacles.
Yeah, Love, Guns, and Tentacles. Sorry, I had to have them tell me what it is again.
Another good DLC is.
But yeah, that's a good DLC, and the only one that I actually played, so unless my fiance wants to talk about one, that's the last one I'm going to talk about. Do you want to talk about one?
Moxie's Heist of the Handsome Jackpot's good.
Is that the only one that's actually good? The other one?
I don't know any of the others.
Oh, okay.
Wait, there's one with Axton. I've never played it, but you get to see him, and he's so cute, and he's got the little glasses. Oh my god, he's adorable.
Yeah, it's like a race car one, isn't it?
I
remember them owning a race thing.
I have no idea. I just think that he's really cute, and also he is canonly with the Gunzerker from 2.
The Gunzerker reminds me so much of the Flame Dude from whatever it's called.
Whatever it's called.
TF2.
Pyro?
Yeah, but yeah, that's honestly, yeah, Borderlands 2 has way more memorable and better DLCs. I just had to get help from my fiance to remember any of them, except the not Love, Death, and Robots. Jesus, Tentacles.
Love, Guns, and Tentacles.
Love, Guns, and Tentacles. That's such a cool name. I just like that one because it's Lovecraftian, and I like Hammerlock, even though I forgot his name just a second ago, but it's fine. But
Guns, Love, and Tentacles.
Guns, Love, and Tentacles? Okay. Yeah, so this game, honestly, definitely the beginning of the spiral downwards. The next game that we're going to be talking about is one that I never even finished. I finished this game and played it for a little bit longer before I stopped playing it. I think I played it for like a couple months straight, finished the campaign really fast, and then started playing it regular. And then I changed back to Borderlands 2 because, you know, like I said, Borderlands 2 is the best. But the next game is one that I was super excited for because it's literally just based off of the Dungeons & Dragons DLC from Borderlands 2 that I was talking about. Played it for about a month and then figured out that the game isn't fun. It just, I don't know what it was. It wasn't Borderlands, to be honest. It just was not fun. But yeah, we can talk about that game next, which, I mean, yeah, let's let's jump on over to that game now. Okay, like I said, first of all, I had to look this game up 3 times because I forgot the name of it, which is a very good sign, I think. I kept on looking up the name of the DLC and not Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. That's a stupid name. But yeah, like I said, this game is just... They took the DLC from Borderlands 2 and made it a full-length game. They were like, oh, people like tabletop RPGs, and they loved that DLC, even though apparently they didn't realize it was because it had a really good story, and some really good emotional beats for all of the characters, and it actually had to do with that game, and, you know, not just... I don't know. This game isn't fun. It honestly just is not fun. It doesn't feel like Borderlands, but it doesn't feel good enough to be a normal role-playing game or like a fantasy game in general. All of the magic is just grenades and stuff like that. Some of them are cooler, but I honestly didn't even get to those. This game isn't really that fun. I don't know. This game is absolutely the worst Borderlands game I've ever played. Borderlands 3 was a small decline in overall everything, with the writing and everything, but it kept good with the gameplay and, you know, the looter shooter aspect of it. But this game is just a complete plummet into the abyss for everything that Borderlands was. This isn't a good game at all, and them trying to make it seem like a Borderlands game seems stupid to me. But yeah, I've already been talking about it for almost 2 minutes, and that's kind of longer than this game deserves me to speak about it. So yeah, honestly, the only other thing that we have to talk about is the brand new thing that came out for Borderlands, which is, well, I guess the worst thing that's come from Borderlands. I haven't watched it, and I'm probably not going to, like I said in the beginning, unless it comes to the $5 bin, and even then, probably not. Okay, the movie. The dreaded movie. Everyone that's seen it has said it sucks, like I already said. Basically, everything that I want to say about it, I've already said in a video from, a couple months ago. It doesn't look good. The casting is awful. Everything about it looks horrible. It looks like Jack Black is the only one that's actually trying, but even then, I can't really tell if he's actually trying or it's just the best scenes are put in the trailer for the, you know, for the trailer, obviously, and then Jack Black just actually isn't trying, but I don't know. It looks like nobody wants to be on set, and the casting is awful already, so that definitely doesn't help. Looks like Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. It looks like absolute garbage. Looks like I could have done better, to be honest. My fan film called Borderlands 2 The Electric Boogaloo will be coming out pretty soon. You should go and watch that instead. This deserves in the trash, the garbage, and it looks like it sucks. Also, keep in mind, I haven't seen it yet, so obviously I'm just ranting about nothing right now. But yeah, I just wanted to end this on this, except this isn't the end of the video. I started talking about Tales from the Borderlands, and I had nothing to say about it, but my fiance's in here now, so I'm going to make them talk about it for a little bit. So yeah, if you want to hear some actual stuff about Tales from the Borderlands, stick around for that. But yeah. Okay, my fiance is going to talk about Tales from the Borderlands now. Speaking in 3, 2, 1, go! 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 Go!
Okay. Okay, so Tales from the Borderlands, it's been a minute since I've played it, but I thought it was a good game, but I also prefer story games over, like, big games, because I find them intimidating. I thought the gameplay was fun. I like the characters. I think Hologram Jack was cool. My favorite character is probably Reese, because he's just a little guy. But it's a good game, I think. I don't know what to say about it. There's a part where Reese is like I think he was trying to get out of Hyperion. So some of the office workers stop him, and then they just have this like invisible gunfight, like finger gunfight, which was funnier than it needed to be.
Is that the game where the guards take themselves hostage?
I don't know.
Have you seen that game?
No?
There's like a game that looks like it's in Borderlands style where one of the guards puts the gun under their chin and they're like, I'll do it if you don't surrender yourself.
That sounds like something Tales from the Borderlands did, but I also feel like I'd remember that, so I'm gonna say no.
Isn't there a sequel to this? Did I skip a game in the series?
No? I don't think there's a sequel to this. I
Okay.
mean, Borderlands, some of the characters are in Borderlands 3, but I don't think Tales from the Borderlands is something you absolutely have to play. I recommend it, but...
Talk about Vaughn. I brought up Vaughn, but I think I described him horribly.
Vaughn is very short man who worked in Hyperion. I mean, he was a twink, but he was also super buff for some reason.
Are you a fan of Vaughn?
I am. I love him.
Okay.
I think he's silly.
You're the opposite of me.
I think he's silly. His underwear is very important to him.
That's
Yeah.
good in a man.
Yeah.
He's got his
It's
priorities straight.
It's what you really want in a man, is someone who care about their underwear.
True.
Truly.
Is that all you have to say about it?
Yeah. Oh, Zero's in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Oh, is that why Zero's with whatever his name is, the owner of what's it called?
Reese? Are you talking about
Yeah.
Reese?
Is that why he's with Reese in the Borderlands 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wondered that. I thought Reese just hired him as a bodyguard or something.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird how they, like, brought in the Tales from the Borderlands stuff into
Borderlands 3.
Borderlands 3, because I thought it was supposed to just be, like, a one-off game.
Yeah,
I
like
think
a-
it was supposed to be, like, a big...
Well, I mean, I was talking about it whenever I was talking about it, and I was like, Scooter dies in it, and I didn't even know.
Scooter fucking dies!
Yeah, dude, they kill Scooter off, and
That made me cry!
I didn't even get to see it. I was talking about it in the beginning. I was
He
like,
sacrifices himself.
yeah, I saw that. I was talking about it in the beginning before you got in here, and I was like, yeah, I haven't even played this, but I know the only part that I want to see, and I've seen it, and that's whenever Scooter sacrifices himself. I freaking love Scooter.
I did love Scooter, not
They-
to be that guy. I
They
don't
killed
like his
him.
sister.
You don't like the sister?
No, not really.
I can't even remember her name.
Neither can I.
Bigums. They weeble and they wobble, but they don't fall down.
It's too true. She's built like my dad's girlfriend. Every time I went to her junkyard, I would crush myself in the
Mobility
car
scooter.
crusher.
Oh, the car crusher.
And the mobility. God, you're awful.
I need to play this actually. Have you ever played it's a Telltale game, Walking
Is it the
Dead.
Batman? Oh, yeah.
I've played the Batman one.
I
yeah.
want to play the Batman one.
The Walking Dead one's fun.
Yeah, all of them are on Game
I
Pass.
thought you were about to say you hate them.
I hate them.
Oh my god, 40 minutes.
Goodbye.
Okay, so there's all of the Tales from the Borderlands stuff that I missed whenever I talked about it. But yeah, let's talk about the overall point of this video. This video is probably going to be called something clickbaity, like, was Borderlands ever good, or something like that. Obviously, it was good. Is it good anymore? No, not really. Not the newer stuff. Borderlands 3 is mid at best compared to all of the other games. Tiny Tina's Wonderland is honestly the most disappointing event in my life. And the new movie looks like garbage, and I called it. Literally everyone called it. But yeah, I don't know. Borderlands is going downhill really fast, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just kind of tried to sweep Borderlands under the rug and make it go away at this point because of how bad the movie's doing and how bad the last two games have been. But yeah, I don't know. Go play Borderlands 2 or the pre-sequel or 1, or 3 if that's the only thing you can get your hands on. I don't know. It's not that bad. It's just definitely not as good as the other ones. But yeah, this series is sadly going downhill fairly quickly. I don't know. If you've seen the movie, tell me how bad it is. I can definitely jump on the bandwagon of making fun of it. I already did before it even came out, and I'm doing it now, even though I still haven't seen it. But yeah, Tell me what you think about the movie. Tell me what you think about this franchise in general. I know there are some people that have never really gotten why this series is as loved as it is, but yeah, if you don't understand why it's so loved, play Borderlands 2 and then never play any of the other ones and you will understand. But yeah, like, subscribe. I'll have probably more stuff about more video game franchises later because I'm having fun talking about whether it was good or not. I have a video about Mortal Kombat and talking about how I don't know, it's whether it's good or not anymore. I don't know. But yeah, like, subscribe, all of the YouTube type of stuff, and see ya.